Okay, hello and welcome to a brand new series. This is Vault Hunters Plus. And to get started, first I should probably explain what Vault Hunters is and then what Vault Hunters Plus is. So Vault Hunters is essentially a progression-based action RPG that's meant to be played over a long period of time. There's quests, there's a goal, there's an end game, there's a bunch of other things, and essentially it's like just a loot, kind of like an extraction game, except for it's you can do it single player, you can do it multiplayer, you can do it as a team, and there's a bunch of other cool stuff. And so there's a bunch of stuff you can use to set stuff up. For the quests is we can complete them and we get some stuff. So next we need to get some chromatic iron and some vault stone. And those are found deep down below, so it's probably going to take us a little bit. But what Vault Hunters Plus is essentially, it's Vault Hunters, but I added some mods to make it a little bit more grindy and weird, and it can make us even more overpowered. So the mods that I have added will be in the description. I'm working on getting all of the changes fully taken care of and put into the actual, or to an actual, like, zip file that you guys can download yourself so that you can play it. But again, I'm just a one-man team, so for now, it's just gonna have to be like that. But one of the mods that we do have, everlasting abilities, and it looks like our first ability is going to be night vision. So now we have permanent night vision, and I guess what we can do is we can go around and start trying to get the vault stone. So I guess most of that's going to be just normal mining, and unfortunately there's no vein miner because vein miner is actually locked behind a specific thing, and that specific thing is actually just the fact that vein miner is not a mod, it's a part of the Vault Hunters mod itself, which is quite cool, but it does mean that we're gonna need to kind of take our time and just go through this a little bit slower than we usually would. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And first off, let's just get ourselves as much of this coal as we can, and then we're gonna have to go down and find ourselves some iron. We are also gonna need some diamonds and some other stuff, but I think first a good thing that we can do is find a cave. Well, it actually looks like there's just a cave over here. Maybe we can get some iron down here. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a whole ton of stuff in here, but yeah, it looks like that's just a tiny little cave that there's nothing in. Okay, fine, I guess. Okay, whatever. Ooh, I did find some surface iron. Okay, interesting. What's this doing up here? Is there any more, or is that it? Looks like that's it. A little bit of a bummer, but you know what? One iron's better than nothing, I guess. Ooh, you can find some pumpkins. We need those for future vault crystal recipes, but for now we just still need to find a cave so we can get iron, so we can actually get through the normal progression for the Vault Hunters, because oh my gosh. Where is something good? Please let me find a good cave. Finally, it looks like maybe an actual cave. There are a couple of zombonis and other dudes down here, but it should still be viable for us to acquire all the things that we do in fact need. And you know what? Happy about that. Why didn't we get Monster Hunter for the first one? We are also gaining levels and XP for a different thing as well, which is quite cool. And you guys will see that in a little bit. But I do need to find more iron. How did I get hit through the weird? Okay. There's a skeleton over there, so we're just gonna run around in a circle, and it doesn't really look like there's much actually in there, so we're just gonna leave. That's a bummer. That's really, really actually such a bummer. Well, it looks like we found a village before we found an actual cave, so, perfect, and there's nothing here. Okay, fun. At least there's an iron. Holy, okay, there's 3 iron. There's step assist, and water breathing. Honestly, those are all kind of big, so we mine 2 more, and that is that completed, and we get a vault rock for that, but we are gonna need more, so maybe we mine until we get probably like 4 or 5 vault rocks, just so that we have enough. We also have an extra iron pickaxe, so I'm not super concerned. Looks like there's some Certus quartz down here as well, but vault rocks just have a small drop chance from vault stone. So I guess I'll just keep mining until this pickaxe breaks, and then hopefully we can find some chromatic iron down here as well. Okay, pickaxe just broke. It looks like we got 5 vault rocks, so I was kind of bang on with that guesstimation, I guess. Yes, it is a dungeon, but like, you guys know what I mean, right? Maybe? I don't know. It looks like there's one skeleton that spawned in here, and there wasn't actually. 1 full heart, and of course, each one is, ooh, there's also power crystal shards in here. I don't know how I missed that, but that's kind of amazing. I think that's a superstitious hat. Do we have a head? We have a head slot. Yes, we do. Applies an extra level of looting to killed enemies. Quite amazing, to be honest. Some power crystal ore, so grab you. Or I might make it so that I can only use it while I have the Icarus's wings. Still need to find the raw chromatic iron. Maybe there's some over somewhere? I don't know. Well, I was coming over here because I saw this POI thing, so we actually found the chromatic iron we need, which is kind of insane because it took this long. And now we're finally getting the chromatic iron because I finally found a good enough vein so we can complete the quest, which is amazing. And I guess I'll turn one of these guys into a normal furnace. I thought you could do it in a blast furnace, but I guess you can't. It's all good though. It's not too big of a deal. And let's click this vault rock right onto here. It looks like we need 2 copper, some leaves, some... I do think I'm going to not continue to carry my ability bottle around because we don't really need to. And so we can just go out and grab some leaves. I only need 1, so we'll just grab you. And then we need to go find some copper, which shouldn't be too difficult. And you know what? Lo and behold, there's actually just some in the hole right next to our house. So that's kind of dope. I still don't have a bucket. That might be a good idea. Unless we get something that will reduce our, like, fall damage, because otherwise we'll probably end up taking a bunch of fall damage. The vault portal, essentially. The way that you get into the vaults. Okay, and the copper has smelted up, which is perfect. And what we should be able to do is just immediately start going into the vaults. But before I do that, I want to get a vault enchanter. So, vault enchanter. We need chromatic iron blocks, we need a enchanting table, and we need a book. So I need 2 books, which is 2 leather. I already have the sugarcane for it, so we will have that to not have to worry about that at all. All we need to do is we need to worry a little bit. Got the emeralds. I needed, what, 4 diamonds, right? I need 2 diamonds, 2 emeralds, which is not too bad at all. And then we need chromatic iron, and we need the enchanting table, which is going to be 4 obsidian, 2 diamonds, and then let's get the chromatic iron, get you guys, and now we just need leather at this point, and we need 2 pieces of leather. Okay, time to go find some cows. First, I'm just taking out some sheep for some meat. This one had an ability, which was haste, which is perfect. That's going to give us just permanent haste 1. You'll love to see it. What I would love to find is speed, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that immediately, which is fine. And there's a ton of sheep here, but no cows, which is what we really need, and hopefully we can find some soon, because I would love to have that before we end up actually going into a vault. Oh, I spot some cows. You'll love to see it. Okay, we got 1 leather. I just need 2 leather. Okay, 4 leather, perfect. Honestly, that's insane. We also got 3 blocks of redstone from cow. Okay, interesting cow drops, but I mean, we got what we needed, so now we can head back home. Now, of course, we make the books, and then we can make ourselves a normal enchanting table, and then the vault enchanter will give us another quest. We'll put that right there. And that will give us some emeralds, because we need emeralds to actually enchant stuff with the Vault Enchanter. Of course, the first thing we should probably do is Fortune 3 Mending on Breaking 3 on our pickaxe, because we're not going to get like a crazy vault pickaxe yet. We're not going to enchant our axe with anything, because actually, can we use the Vault Enchanter in a vault? So, we'll enchant our armor with just normal. Actually, you can't get protection on here. Okay, so we'll just not do that for now, and we'll bring the Vault Enchanter in along with 20 emeralds in. I think we'll only need 15. So just go 15 emeralds. We'll bring 15 emeralds in along with the Vault Enchanter. We'll use all the bottles of enchanting. Also, we got some more levels, which I'll continue putting into loot, because looting is kind of insane, to be honest. And now we're kind of ready to go. Of course, the food is going to go there. I don't need to carry the shears. Got some extra food. I'll leave the cooked vault steak in here, and we'll leave the cooked salmon here as well. We'll wait for some more mutton to actually finish cooking before we go into the vault, but we're going to create our beautiful handy-dandy vault portal right now. Also, we can make a vial. What does it cost for a vial? The Slaughterer's Vial, kill vault mobs to restore charges. That will cost us a mushroom, chromatic iron, and a glass bottle. Okay, not too bad whatsoever. Of course, for the coin pouch, we need actual vault stuff, so we can't make that quite yet. Otherwise, I would have. And thankfully, the shard pouch is actually really cheap. It's just purple wool and ender pearl, which I got during like night 5, night 6, which was honestly not too difficult at all. Because thankfully, you know, Endermen, they're not too big of a challenge. What is amazing is that we have 50 blocks. I'll just use vault cobblestone as the building block for this vault. I guess we'll open up the vaults, so we're ready to go once we get all of the food. And then the moment we go in, we're going to get ourselves our sword and our shield, which will be amazing. The vial is going to cost us a red mushroom, which isn't too hard to get. We just gotta find one. You know, for now, we'll just leave it. We'll just wait until we get some more mutton. Honestly, 20 is probably good enough. So let's just get going into this vault. Let's see what we get. Okay, come on. You've completed a quest. Entered our very first vaults. Perfect. If you manage, build yourself a vault portal with any assortment of vault stone blocks in a similar fashion to the nether portal. Once the portal is built, then you can right-click your vault crystal onto the frame to open a portal. There's a time limit within the vault requiring you to complete it before it ticks down to 0. Marking your way with blocks will allow you to easily find your way back to the portal. If you die, you will return to the overworld, and if you are under vault level 20, you will be granted Beginner's Grace, which will allow you to keep all your loot regardless of dying or escaping. If you manage to complete the vault, you will be granted a crate that can be placed and then sneak right-clicked to open. And we get a vault sword and a shield for that, which of course, we're going to immediately roll, because that's what happens with vault gear, vault gear is essentially, because it does 8.5 attack damage, so low roll as well, which is fine, and then we can get unbreaking on the shield, which is going to help us out, especially if we can't find any more gear relatively early. And now, I guess it's time for us to run into the vault. And this is an elixir vault, which means that we need to gather elixir from loot, ores, and mobs in order to actually complete it. And what I do think I might do, there's mobs coming from over there. Also, one of them is a champion, which is great because, yeah, okay. So there's a hidden POI up there, which could mean that it has good loot. You never know. It has coin piles, which are amazing. And these are the vault coins that we can get. Quite cool, honestly. Of course, we can vein mine them as well. And thankfully, the amount of elixir for early level vaults is very low. Also, we got 2 vault gold, which is incredible, which I think is thanks to fortune. I don't know how well fortune works on it, but it'll be really nice. So we're just gonna plop all that stuff into there, and let's see what's over here. Some more wooden chest POIs. So there's a couple different kinds of chests, and you guys will see in a second the difference between the wooden chests, which are these chests. Also, the chests have rarities, which you guys just saw me open an Omega chest. That one was a common wooden chest. Another common wooden chest. Of course, Omegas have quite high rarities, so they're hard to find, but they're definitely worth it when you get them. And then course, there's epic and uncommon. And what we're gonna do over here is these are ornate chests, which have a chance to have vault gear inside of them that we can roll. So, ideally we find one. We found an axe, which honestly it could be good. We also found a focus, which is like a magical focus. They give us some sort of benefit to our spell casting, and by spell casting I'm talking about our skills and abilities, and they'll give bonuses to those, which are quite cool, quite nice. As well as you can see on the mini-map, we can see where our entrance is, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But if we want to actually be able to pull out the actual full map, we need to spec into a skill for that. Also, this is a bummer, because that is a lot of silverfish, and silverfish are quite annoying. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they're spawning any more silverfish, and it doesn't look like we need to take too much damage. Also, we got 5 blocks of iron randomly there, which is great. You'll love to see it. Also, holy silverfish. And there we go. Perfection. Of course, we're going to get all the soul shards from that. And I want you guys to leave your guesses in the comments. How much, or how many soul shards you think we'll end up getting in this first vault, as well as how much XP we'll think we'll get in the first vault. Because I'm kind of curious about what you guys think. I'm going to guess as well. I'm going to guess that we get 700 soul shards, and I'm also going to guess that we will get a grand total of 14,000 experience. Also, these are living chests, which have knowledge essence and vault meat inside of them, which is great, because the knowledge essence is what you use in order to gain knowledge points, which is what you use to unlock specific mods, because most of the mods that are like actual mods, like mechanism, like applied energy, like storage system stuff, that's all gated behind our knowledge. That's going to cost us a lot. By a lot, I mean a lot of research points, knowledge points. Additionally, we got another level, and I think I'm also going to start putting more levels into attack power or defense, just so that we take a lot less damage. And it does seem... Okay, there's those guys. Let's just take you guys out first. Cactus, okay. You know what? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And now, of course, we grab you. We grab you. Take these guys as well. And this one is, of course, blocked off, which is fine. But we're going to get you. And jump boost. Honestly, jump boost 1 is not really worth it, I don't think. If it was jump boost, if we get a second one, then it might be worth it, but I don't think I want to go with just jump boost. So for now, we will just not utilize that, and we'll just keep looting because we can. And of course, every single chest that we open will give us additional XP. I don't remember the exact value of each chest in XP, but what I do know is that they're quite amazing. And thankfully, most of the mobs are melee, even the skeletons, because they're vault skeletons, not like anything different, which is great, because ranged attacks would kind of ruin us, since we don't have any ranged attacks ourselves. We will be getting some in the future, because we're probably gonna spec into a little bit of a mage build, especially if I end up going the, bat route, where we just fly around above everything's heads and just shoot down stuff at them. It'll be quite interesting. Anyway, that was a tier 3 husk, which is cool. We can grab some moss here. I think there's one chest behind one of them. There is. And the more knowledge we get, the better. So, if we can get a ton of it, it of course takes 9 knowledge essence to make 1 knowledge shard. And it takes 8 knowledge shards to make 1 knowledge knowledge star. Yeah, that's what they're called. And so we just need to, take it slow. We don't gotta go super fast. We don't gotta go super crazy. We just take it slow. We get all the loot we possibly can, and that's all that matters. Because we also already completed the objectives, so we don't have to stress about trying to I mean, this one's elixir, so looting gives you the vault objective, but there's certain objectives that you actually need to do specific tasks, and those guys will be showing up in the future, but ow, that really hurt. Okay, that was fun. Let's go back up there, because it did seem like there was some good chests, but that kind of hurt. As well as the creepers are a little bit stressful, because they can, in fact, and will, one-shot you. So you always gotta be careful about vault creepers. They do a lot of damage. And by a lot, I mean like they do like 3x the normal creeper damage, so if you're within the close explosion range, you just insta-explode, usually. Which is great. I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of annoying, but we're fine. We survived. We escaped from it. We also got another level. Maybe we put into attack speed for one more? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll start speccing into more attack power. That way we can just deal with mobs as quick as possible so that we don't have to, like, worry about anything. Anyway, this is the last kind of chest, which is gilded chests, which have a different full set of things in them, which is quite cool, because they have magical silk, which are also in wooden chests, but they also have vault diamonds, because we need them for a couple things, actually. We need them for the coin pouch, and we also need them for quite a few things in the future, like the knowledge stars. So we always gotta make sure that we can get those when we see them. And that looks like another ornate POI. Of course, POI standing for point of interest. And some more living chests over here. You love to see it. And just grab these guys. Perfection. And come on now. It's like two spawned up there. Okay. Looks like we got a diamond chest plate randomly from one of them, which is cool. So that's honestly pretty nice, but not super great, especially considering vault gear will be about 100 times better. But at least it's something. It's a little bit of an upgrade, so I'm not going to complain about that whatsoever. It does look like that's all of the ornate chests from that POI. And we can just continue on. 15 minutes left in this vault, which means we've only spent 10 minutes so far. I think what we'll do is we'll do this and just put stuff into attack power. I don't know if netherite gear has a requirement, but I do know that vault gear does not, because it's from a completely different mod that was never taken into account with this specific mod, so it'll be fine. We don't need to worry about it. But I do want to hit crazy levels of that, so we will, of course, make sure that we go into that in the future. Anyway, where is everything else? Looks like there's some more POIs over there, but all the way down. I didn't make a water bucket, which was honestly probably one of the most stupid plays I've ever made. But it's fine because we have sturdy toes. We have strong feet. It's all good. We're just chilling. And perfection. Now, hopefully, we can find some other rarer POIs. Looks like there's a hidden POI back here, maybe? Yup, and of course it's living, which is beautiful. You love to see it. Okay, now let's see if we can find any other rare ones. Ooh, looks like there's a coin pile POI tucked back here, which is nice. You love to see it. Get ourselves even more vault currencies, which of course, not used immediately, but in the future, we will need them to trade for rarer things at shops, which are entirely another thing that we need to talk about in the future when we come to it. This guy has poison, which will actually ruin us, so we gotta take him out first. And, yeah, plagued with the poison. The main issue with poison is that, in fact, the poison will not, we might die to it if we don't actually get some form of healing, which is unfortunate because, poison will kill you. In Vault Hunters, poison does not reduce you to half a heart. It just outright eliminates you. It bleeps you. It blips you. It just annihilates. It's kind of obnoxious, but it's also quite cool as a feature. Thankfully, though, because of scaling health, we do get our health back if we gain a heart, which is great. And it does look like this is the dead end of this vault, which means, of course, that we've gotten to the farthest we can for this side of the vault, which is pretty cool. And I guess what that means is we just get to loot some more, and then I guess we'll complete the vault, because we completed a full row of rooms. I mean, wait, rare plus already? Essentially, there are, 5 different levels of vault gear. It goes from Scrappy to Omega. It goes Scrappy, and then, I forget the rest of them, but then it goes, Scrappy, Uncommon, Rare, Epic, Omega. It's pretty cool, but overall, Omega stuff has more modifiers and does a lot more than any other rarity. Even on lower levels compared to higher levels, an Omega at like level 10 will be better than an Epic at like level 15 or level 20, which is a big thing, because we can end up finding some pretty insane stuff, especially if we get anything rarer than, I mean, rare plus is already insane for level 0, because higher rarity stuff tends to show up more later game, towards when we have a bunch of extra looting, like, chances, because there's a bunch of stuff that adds extra item rarity and item quantity, which are both modifiers for the amount of items or the quality, rarity of items that you get, which is quite, it goes kind of crazy, to be honest. But, of course, we are not nearly there yet, because this is only episode 1. So, if you want to see that, make sure to stay tuned and subscribe and all that stuff, because, I mean, I'm just going to be making this for a bit, because I enjoy it. And, you know what? That's all that matters. That guy's fast. Holy, that was speedy. Okay. So, we got that, and now we can loot up you again. Even more stuff. You love to see it. We're getting so much stuff, actually. We might need to try and spec into some form of storage system as quick as we can, actually, because it's a little bit crazy. Also, these tier 3 husks, that is a tank mob, and they do a substantial amount more damage and have more health, which is quite interesting. But they hit quite hard, so we just gotta be a little careful of that. Also, thankfully, there's water here, and I guess we'll loot up a little bit more before we escape. Ooh, more ornate chests too. That's kind of amazing. You do love to see it. Also, of course, we got some more skeletons and other dudes. That could have been really bad. We would have died. That was kind of insane. That flick was nuts. Holy, my life just flashed before my eyes. Oh my gosh. My heart is beating so fast right now. I don't know how to feel. Jiminy Jimus, that was close. Okay, well, we survived. That's all that matters. We got this. Holy, okay. Looks like there's some stuff over there that we can get to as well. So let's just do that. And then there's some stuff downstairs as well. And hopefully there's a lodestone. There's usually in lower level vaults, there's like a lodestone in every room for elixir vaults, which is the thing that you need to consume in order to escape the vault. So hopefully there will be one. But is there a lodestone? There's a lodestone down here, which we will consume, because I don't want to, like, heavy greed. Ooh, our first sighting of vault dwellers. They're essentially just the people that are stuck in the vaults, because they ran out of time, and you know what? Sucks to suck, I guess. Because they just didn't get out in time, because they weren't paying attention to the timer. Just get good. I've never done that before. Queue up all the time. I'm kidding, I don't have an editor. I'm trying to get one, but editors are expensive, man. Anywho, what we need to do, just eliminate all you guys, we loot all the chests, and then we just leave the vault, because we've got amazing stuff, we got a lot of loot. I'm kind of, I don't know, we might have surpassed 15,000, XP. I don't know, though. I mean, we're about to find out, though. Let's see how much XP we got. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 1. And now we're out of the vaults. Let's see how much XP. Holy double, nearly double what we should, what I thought we would get. That's gonna put us to like level 7. What? Yup, level 7. I know my stuff. And then our elixir crate, which when you open, gives you the stuff that you would have gotten. We got a jewel pouch, which will give us the option of a couple different jewels that we can put onto some stuff. That was a max roll. By max roll, I mean the highest it can be, 1.5% item rarity. And I guess I'll have to sort out everything and then we'll roll the vault gear for the end of the episode, I guess. Okay, well, we ended up getting an insane amount of vault currency, so we got a grand total of 11 vault gold from our very first vault, which is amazing. What I do need now is I need a bundle, and I need also a block of magical silk, as well as we need 1 string, and I'm gonna need the, 4 vault diamonds? Yep, I have 8, which is great, because we got as much as we needed, which is perfect. And now what we can do is we can make a coin pouch, which now we can chuck all of our coins into, which is great because now we don't need to worry about that, and we can worry about other things, which is as we should. Now, we also got a ton of carbon, we also got a ton of driftwood, which is great, as well as vault plating and vault meat, but those are their own separate things, because vault meat you can turn into vault meat blocks, or you can turn into raw vault steaks, which we already have vault steaks. I don't really necessarily know if I want to use the vault meat for food, but it is our best food source as of right now. So for the most part, we'll be using that and also the reserve food that we already have. We're also going to combine all the raw carbon to make refined carbon, which we need to make chromatic steel, which is chromatic iron and raw carbon. And then we also have driftwood, which we combine in I think it's a 4x4, or 2x2 rather. We get driftwood planks, which we'll use for other recipes. And we also got a bunch of knowledge essence, a grand total of 13 knowledge shards. The only issue is for a knowledge star, I would actually need a knowledge core, which is extraordinary benitite, which is 16 benitite gems, which are a common vault gem, but we didn't find any vault gems in that first vault, which is, it's okay, it's not too big of a deal. But we did complete a vault. We also got a coin pouch, which is great. We get an extra vault platinum for that, which is beautiful. Like nearly doubles the amount of stuff we ended up getting from it, which is quite amazing, to be perfectly honest with you. Chuck that in there. We get you guys. I'll chuck the rest of the coal in there because I don't necessarily want to carry it. And what we'll do is let's get some sleep. And now we wake up and we get to go and we'll do vein miner to max level, and then we can do an extra soul quantity when killing mobs while being above 80% mana. That's big, or we go crazy into mage. I kind of want to do mage stuff. We're gonna do some magery. We're gonna go intelligence, and then sorcery, and then, wait, shoot. I probably should have put some stuff into arcane, because arcane is essentially just it's a railgun for rail. Pretty cool. This one melts mobs in front of you for its distance. It only has 10 distance though, which is okay. I definitely would prefer rail, but normal arcane's pretty cool too. We also got an expertise point, which what we're gonna do, I think, is because so much stuff scales off of our XP, we could go experienced, but I'm gonna go fortunate. It just gives us an extra fortune level, which is absurd. So we're just gonna do that. Pretty cool. And now we have the vault gear to roll. So I guess we'll roll the scrappy plus stuff first, and then we'll roll the rare plus stuff. So it's all level 0. It's not gonna be crazy, but it could be relatively good. Hopefully we get a better shield. 5% block chance, so not really a better shield. The axe does good damage with a max roll and a double damage chance, but I don't like axes because they attack way too slow. I'm not going to use a focus just yet, especially if we get one that's that bad, so we're going For now, we'll just chuck that stuff into a shulker. And let's roll the boots one at a time. We'll roll these one at a time and we'll see what we get. Because we could get something pretty cool. Just rare, 3 armor, minimum armor roll, max ability power roll though. Good effect avoidance, item rarity. Honestly, not bad whatsoever. Now we'll roll the other set of boots. Maybe they'll be better. Maybe they'll be worse. Who knows? Let's see what we get. Come on. And 4 armor, 2 ability power, max item rarity. I mean, the item rarity is kind of good though. But, I mean, they both have item rarity. Plus this one has extra health and effect avoidance. This one has effect avoidance too, but this one just has crazy good ability power. And if we're speccing into like a semi-mage build, I think ability power is definitely the way to go. So we'll go this guy. Of course, Depth Strider, Feather Falling, and Unbreaking are the things we'll plop onto you, and we can get rid of our diamond boots. And our old gear can go... I guess our old gear will just go into here. And what about the sword? Now the sword, it honestly, it can't be worse than our current sword. So I definitely will use it regardless. 1 chaining attack, which is a min roll, but it's okay. Dweller damage, low roll for attack range, but honestly, we still have the sweeping hit as well as the higher attack damage, which is pretty good, so I'm not going to complain. Pretty decent, pretty good, and with that, I am going to check on soul shards. Let's see. We got we got more than double the amount of soul shards I thought we would. That's kind of insane. What? How did that happen? Okay, well, we're going to continue this in the next episode, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!